Have you ever woke up with a song in your head? I do plenty of times. Is this a message from the universe? So which led me to believe that this was a message from the universe. So I done my investigation, as you do, and I decided it brought some kind of emotions up for me. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna touch on this a little bit more. So to see what the message was. So I used the pocket tarot here. I've got the cards laid out so you can see for yourself, and I've got my journal and my notes to help because it's been a while, but I thought it was really important because I think there'll be many of you that can relate to this. So when I do dream journaling, I brain dump it first, get those emotions out, looking deep into it, right? Then what I do then is pull the card out. Now I'm not going to talk about the brain dumping as such, but what I am going to do is talk about the effect, like the cards here, so, and what it meant for me, right? So the dream was going back into the past and this present. So I was in the past, reflection, and into this present stage. Yeah. So I was looking at, okay, so what is the core? Yeah. What was the dream center point? What was the cure issues that the dream was, and the history behind it. So I talked about my history in my book, in my journal. And then doing that reflection is like looking at the cards was, what can I learn from the experience? Yeah. So the first card that I drawed, right, was the Queen of Swords. Now, I am the Queen of Swords, Gemini. So it was so relevant for me here. Okay. So the dream wasn't about, to me, the dream wasn't about me me exactly. It was me observing the dream because I was, like a movie. I was watching the dream as I would watch the TV, a movie, so it was more like an observer. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have experienced that yourself, but I'm observing what was going on. Now, for many years, I'm going to be up and honest, a bit raw here, I always felt a bit of an outsider. No one made me feel that way. It was something that I felt inside. I just didn't feel I fitted in to this, right? But this card told me that a gift is not a flaw, I meant to spread my wings and not stay in one place. And I don't have to try and fit in. I've been too busy trying to fit in and not being my own person. Now, going back when I was a free bird, I was kind of like I would flitter here and flitter there. I was a bit of a, I'll go where the fun goes, basically. And obviously after the accident and everything, and life started slowing down, so it become more isolating, more, I've lost myself a little bit, yeah. But that feeling was always there, even when I flittered here, flittered there, so to me, it just brought out those aspects, and a reminder that I'm still this person, I'm still, even if I don't know how many of you don't feel, you don't feel like you fit in. You could be with a group of people and it really inside you don't feel a part of the group. I know that sounds bizarre because I get on with everybody, but I always had that part of me, okay? So I didn't really stay in one place too soon. And I suppose when I went through this transformation of like having to sit still and not do anything, it really affected me emotionally. You become less I become less and less trusting, and less because I was more isolated, I suppose. Yeah. um but as time went on, I think once I got over the initial phase, and that took years, and it still affects today, but it's not as bad. Yeah. I began to see a different perspective, that sometimes pauses, and sometimes is a good thing, and sometimes it's not always good to be in 3 or 4 different places at once. It's good to sort of like sit back and observe your environment and where you need to be. Yeah. And that way then I suppose you can cut through the dead wood, what no longer fits with you, because as we get older, our experiences and lifespans, it changes, doesn't it? And so does our friendships, and so does our environments. We change jobs, we move places, so it wasn't necessarily having to fit in. I think it was more the case of being your authentic self, and being who you need to be, who you are. Sorry, I can't get, my words are so shit sometimes. I just it's there, when you get it, it's there. I know what I want to say, but it don't come out. So always been the same, but never mind. Part of life, innit? Take it as you leave it. Seeing the world differently. My nature to spread my wings, not be in one place. But I don't know. Now reflecting back on it, I think I was so caught up in the world. I was so caught up in what everybody else was doing as such, that I wasn't really listening to what I wanted. And I wasn't taking ownership of my stuff, because I just wanted to fit in. I just wanted to be. So I've done this reflection, but I'm seeing it differently to back in September. I was too busy being a yes person, and that is not against anybody that I hanged around with and stuff. That's my responsibility. So I suppose that those pauses and having to observe things more so is helped me go back into my body and tune in and realize where I need to be. So I'm able to cut through stuff now and be more assertive to things that doesn't suit me anymore. So yeah. It's interesting how you sort of like, you go to write things and then you get a different perspective. So I'd say the world has changed, has changed tremendously before me, but it's been for the greater good, because I didn't need to fit in. I just needed to accept who I was and where I am at this stage. And if you're in this phase, this is like I would say a universe reminder for you, that sometimes observing, sitting back and not communicating too much and not getting caught up into the environments, and it helps you figure out things better where you're more on a level, if that makes sense. Yeah. So the lie that we tell ourselves, oh, how many of you have been like, I'm never enough, what's the matter with me, what why me, so why is it me? yeah, the fact I wasn't enough, the lie of not being enough. I lost myself to please others. What was I just saying here? Um, my dimmer light. Look, this is just sad. It brings bit emotions for me. But I feel like I wanted to share this because I think you can relate to, I swear that you'll be able to relate to this. Yeah. Um, I didn't know where I belonged. I was in the shadows that formed around me. So there was lots of stuff going on. There was I had many places to go. But I always felt this emptiness inside of me, okay? And I think I was just trying to grasp where I belonged at the time. It's so depressing, isn't it? But it is, it's true. So, it created some real bad habits that I done, because of this lonely feeling. I mean, and the rejection, feeling rejected in life, okay? Because I didn't know how to use my voice. And when you're dyslexic and your words don't come out how you want them to come out, yeah, language barriers, you become less confident. So I was all right in small groups or with people that I felt accepted, but there was still this element of not feeling part of something. And I bet you a lot of them go, what the fuck are you on about, Car? But it's what you feel inside, isn't it? And this is the lie we tell ourselves, So did you ever experience that? Did you feel like you was never a part of the group or part of something, and it kind of, it's shit, isn't it? It's really shit because you're having fun, you're having a great time, but the reality is when you go home, that loneliness comes in, and I suppose this is when I became more toxic, doing substances and using alcohol as a way to block things out and pretend that everything was okay, as you do. As it happens, I'm over that now, thank fuck. Because it messes with you, but the escape, we look for things for escaping. And I think this is why I like going back into history, and I like to understand people's behaviors and things like that, because usually it comes from pain, it comes from not feeling enough, and it's not blaming anybody, it's just trying to understand the dialogue and make it, humanizing it a bit more, like that we all have these feelings and emotions. And some people do gym, and get addicted to it. There's addictions and stuff. And I think this card today, because where I was at, and this is where things can change, look, dramatically. Where I was at then, in the past, and in that present stage, now I'm in the future. It's a little bit different. It's still a lie that we tell ourselves. Right, bear with me. Oh, please don't go. There you go. Done it again. So what lie did you tell yourself to be accepted, to be a part of the group? I think I didn't like, there was certain alcohol I didn't really like, but I drank it to be a part of the group, when I preferred brandy at the time. I still like a bit of brandy, but I didn't, one, not like 10. But yeah, so I kind of like went with the flow, which is good, but not, it was, I wasn't being truthful to me, was I? So what part, yeah. It's just like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Right. The star was my shadow. Yeah. The shadow aspect, here. Wanting to fulfill dreams. I'm still a bit of a dreamer, in all honesty. I'm in my 50s, and I still like to be a child, you know, a free spirit, should I say. But yeah, I could be a bit of a child still, and yeah, that's fine. But memories of role models that I had was, my mum, my uncles. I didn't really have my dad around, although he was around. Kind of. He wasn't really much of a role model, to be honest. So this is talking about roots to me. This is talking about the roots of it, bringing the light to things. Yeah. It also, it brought a sense of light. So I would say, in recent years, I mean, we can change our perspective every day from the conversations we have, the books we read, the experiences we have. We can sort of have a different aspect. So back to when I was writing this script, it brought a sense of hope and peace. It reminded me that even when we're lost, the good memories of our childhood are still there. It brought back a reminder of forgiveness in the bigger picture. We all have a choice in how our life maps out. Now, for the scariest part, an oral reader once told me I had some darkness. This part of my journey was about embracing that. My darkness is my nature, my wild, adventurous side, my mojo, and my playful adventure, the childish side. And that's why I like a bit of dark. And that's why I like to do readings with a bit of dark, because we've got both elements. One doesn't counteract the other. If you're all like good and, you're lying to yourself, aren't you? Because we get envy, we get angry, we get, there's emotion, and then we get triggered, and certain behaviors come out through that. And if we deny those aspects on us, then we're being in fairyland, didn't we? If you think about it, it's not reality, is it? When we look at when I do famous people and that, I want to, again, I was talking about humanizing it. I want to humanize it. They're humans. I'm not trying to pitch them as better than us, because they're not. Strip away all that, they're still a human. We still, they just got more money, more thing. They're famous because of the work they do. So, but the behavior still remains the same, doesn't it? And we need to embrace the dark parts of ourselves as just as much as we do need to embrace the lighter side of ourselves, so we can have a balanced aspect when we're reviewing and observing, like the queen of things, and where we're not getting into the caught up of like not being enough. So it's kind of I'm not beating myself up because I shouldn't have said that the other day, or I shouldn't have done that, blah, 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 blah. I'm not beating myself up about it. I'm like reconsidering my behavior, and I think, I should have handled that better. So I approach it differently, So I think we can learn from our shadow aspects, right? Which will bring that light back in, and it's okay to adventurous. I mean, I suppose when I was single parent, it was shunned upon. I went out the same amount of times as a couple, but that wasn't shined upon. But it was with me. It was really, so you get, I suppose you you get more rebel, which made me more rebel. No, don't do that. It's not good. It's not a good feeling at the end of it, but because it gets you into this mental block. But I suppose with the star and the shadow, it is embracing those negative aspects of ourselves, as and we need to reflect on both to get the truth of the point and the matter, so yeah. Bizarre. It is bizarre. Yeah, so we're looking into the Two of Wands. I got the Two of Wands here. So what part of me feels need to be rescued, healed, or brought back into the family? What do I need to nurture and feel whole again? So these are journal prompts. I should have done the journal prompt, shouldn't I? So that would have made a bit more understanding of what are you on about, Care? See, I get off the rails. That's the Sun. It isn't Two of Wands. Sorry, it is the Sun card, the Knight of Cups. I don't know why that's the... okay. The Sun card. Forgiveness. I need to forgive myself for my immature behaviors in the past, how I responded and reacted. I need to forgive those parts of it, right? When we're dealing with these emotions, yeah? Forgiveness for I can't change. What was once was, I was still young and full of ideas and dreams. I didn't understand the world of the people in it. I was young, naive. Forgive others for their own ideas, how they presented the world. They also was young, naive, and didn't fully understand the world. They follow the crowd to fit in also. You encounters need you to give you a big hug, open to express love through kindness and with slow presence. Be gentle with yourself. You can give love in gesture, nurture those aspects of yourself, and love take time, but offering that self-love will help you grow. So that's how I would interpret it. It's like it's like anything. It's like you can't deal with something unless you uncover it. Or like if you've got a health issue, the doctors investigate. Once they investigate and find the cause of it, they can fix, they can work it. So if you're going to sit back and deny, you having these repeated patterns happening to you continuously, and you're not gonna precipitate into the fact that you may part of you might be the cause of it too, and there might be some aspects you need to change, or attitudes you need to look into. It's hard to forgive others, isn't it? It's hard. I mean, I suppose again, when I'm doing these videos, the more and more I look into it, the more videos I've done, the more I'm sort of seeing that we all have we behave because of whatever they went through at the time, you know, or trying to deal with, and they didn't embrace that shadow part of our part. Okay, they were still caught up in the Five of Pentacles, yeah, where we just wasn't, we were just, they were looking to be saved by others rather than saving themselves. So the Knight of Cups is about, for me at this present stage, it's about being opening back up to people. I closed myself off a lot, and I still do, but it's different now because it's more about me reserving my energy now, you know, because there's only so much I can give. Can't give like I used to. So the Knight of Cups is like, it's like forgiving parts of the past and forgiving yourself, that not everybody understands what they're doing, you know, that it's not always directly at you, you know. At the time it feels like it, especially when you're going through your own internal stuff, but really it's about them. Like, it's about you, how you're feeling, you know, and how you respond. Yeah, so it's always important to again, we're going back to the Queen of Swords. It's about cutting to the truth of the matter. It's like cutting through those cutting through the bullshit of like, there's your story, their story, and then in the middle is the truth of the matter. Okay. And not everybody is where you're at mentality, you know, your mentality, or they might be ahead of you or they might be behind you, whatever the results are. They're in the Two of Wands here, so I don't know why that's come up as a Two of Wands. So it's being free and accepting what you cannot change, and you know, still you keeping your heart open to it all, you know. So it's showing compassion to you and to others. Have you experienced that? Have you experienced that that necessary of like that dark part of yourself? What was you afraid of? You know? Two of Wands is here. This is just like messed up. We've missed out one. Yeah. I think we can align it in together. I've messed up. I don't know what's happened here, but I've messed up. But yeah, it's I still think it still remains the same. Where's my Two of Wands? There it is. Yeah. Still remains the same. So we've got the Knight, the Sun, and the Knight of Wands. The Two of Wands, if you think, is wanting to embrace change but not quite sure where you want to go with it right now, you know. You're still holding on to those areas, yeah. But also you can see above to say that there's the changes, you know, the changes is necessary. I mean, is this where we outgrow certain environments and certain situations? So it's almost like coming to that acceptance of that. as well. So I had like the guitars on the wall, you know, and I am going to do a George Michael, because obviously Careless Whispers. I know that's a romance song, but for me, it was about, when I'd done the reflection, it was about, letting go of that limited beliefs, that's held me back for so long. And, you know, freedom of expression, you know. I was fearful of it. I was fearful of being judged. I was being judged anyway. So if I could go back to my past self, I'd be like, hey, don't worry about it. Just do it. Get on with it, Kerry. You know? So yeah. So I ain't a singer, right? The guitars in the walls. I'm not a singer, but I love music, right? So there's the Seven of Wands, bringing light to the situation here. It was about honoring my own light, my single sparkle, right? There's many of you that can't get the words out. It's got that dyslexia aspect about them. Yeah, I ain't gonna pretend I'm something I'm not, you know. But there will be people out there that is the same as me that will get it, you know, and get what I'm trying to say. I'm here to express myself in life and through my creativity and tell my story. It gives, and I'm hoping it'll give hope, but also, you know, and when I do these readings, guys, it's more about like how we can learn from their flaws, their, you know, that we all got those two. It's like the yin and yang, and we all got those elements into them, and how some of them overcome it, and what mistakes what they may have made, and their downfalls. Maybe we can learn from that, or actually give people a bit of compassion, you know. The moment I'm thinking of that, I'm thinking of Amy. You know, she was hounded by people and watched. Can you imagine what she went through? That anxiety of every time she went out the door, but then also that ego driven, like, I'm getting attention too. So there's that conflict, isn't it? There. We've all been there, haven't we? When we have to go up, and, you know, every time I do a video, I'm like putting myself out there, to be criticized and stuff like that, you know. So it's expected, you know. So, you know, and here we go. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping, that's what I'm hoping with the Seven of Wands, is standing in that, you think that's like keeping the boundaries up for me. You say boundaries, well, I suppose it's opening up those boundaries, look, because the wall is split, isn't it? And there's the light there. So I suppose it's coming into my own power. I love doing all this. It's not for everybody. I love it. I know that it may not, I'm not going to be earning money from this. It's not. I do this because it keeps me out of trouble, for one. And two, I just love doing it. I love to play with my cards, and I love to figure out things, and, you know, it's not for everybody. But there must, you know, what you can look at it, your side of what creativity do you hold yourself back because you're fearful of what others would say, you know. But it could help someone, even if it helps one person, you know. yeah. So yeah, I suppose that's what I want to say, really. So I'm here to tell my story, my experiences, and to tell others, to hopefully bring light to the dark that we try to hide from. I like to uncover it. I feared enough in the past. I don't fear it no more. And I want that for you. I want you not to fear those things. I want you to investigate. Look at, why am I feeling this way? Blah, 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 what is actually bubbling up that, so it stops you getting so hypersensitive to what the world, and you can be your authentic self. You can cut through the bullshit of life, and actually think, no, this is not happening. I'm gonna bring light to this and create my own path and do it with compassion. Yeah, what do you think? I mean, like I said, this dream was like a while back, so it was on the cards. It was in my vault for ages, and yeah, I was like, I got so wrapped up with other things that I just didn't have time. But today, here I am, and it was Halloween, so I wanted to do some Halloween investigations. That was fun, right? So I want to do a deep dive with George Michael, because obviously Careless Whispers came into the song. Now, when I have dreamscape, I took this as a personal reflection. I used it as a personal reflection, but I also feel that it's, that when I get dreams like this, it's usually I'm going by the fact that this was a dream from Michael Jackson, and I am going to do Michael Jackson at some point, but the George Michael, I wanted to touch on his story. I used to fancy the pants off of him. There's a drop bomb. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, he was like, I was a fan of Wham back then. Yeah. And I loved some of his music. I didn't really pay attention to the headlines, and I wasn't really a news feeder. I'm to be honest, I'm not really now. I can't say I take much notice unless something really stands out in the headlines. I'm kind of in my own world, really. So I want to hear from you. What do you think? Can you relate to these experiences? And can you relate to this video? I didn't expect it to go on as long as it did. But if you still watching, thank you for watching. And please subscribe and share with anyone who you think that would enjoy my content. Just remember, I'm using my cards and my intuition to explore and reflect to our human experiences. And that being said, I will see you on the other side. Thank you. Yeah, take care.